In the Middle Ages, childhood was not a time of innocence. It was a trial few survived. To be born was not a blessing, but a gamble against hunger, disease, and neglect. Most children never reached adulthood, and many never learned to speak before death claimed them. Birth itself was dangerous. Mothers labored without knowledge, sanitation, or safety. Infection was common, blood loss frequent, and screams filled homes not with hope, but with fear. Many women died giving life, leaving newborns to face the world already abandoned. Infants were fragile in a world that offered no protection. Milk spoiled quickly. Clean water did not exist. A single fever could erase a child in days. Parents learned not to name their children too early, knowing attachment invited unbearable grief. Death came so often it became expected. Those who survived infancy faced hunger almost immediately. Children ate the same rotten bread as adults, their small bodies weakened by mold, insects, and disease. Growth was stunted, bones bent, bellies swelled from malnutrition. Many looked aged long before their time. Disease stalked children relentlessly. Measles, smallpox, dysentery, and plague moved freely through villages and cities. There were no cures, only prayers and superstition. Sick children were isolated, abandoned, or handed to priests who could offer nothing but words. Medicine was cruel. Bloodletting was performed on the weak. Herbal mixtures poisoned more than they healed. Pain was ignored. Screams were dismissed as necessary suffering. Survival depended not on care, but on chance. Those who lived long enough were put to work early. Childhood ended as soon as the body could stand. Boys labored in fields, workshops, and mines. Girls cooked, cleaned, hauled water, and cared for siblings until exhaustion replaced youth. Play was rare. Rest was earned only through collapse. Work was dangerous. Limbs were crushed. Backs broke. Infections followed small wounds and spread quickly. A child injured at work often became a burden, and burdens were not kept long. Hunger decided who mattered. Abuse was common and accepted. Children were beaten to teach obedience. Fear replaced affection. Authority ruled through pain. Survival meant submission, silence, and endurance. Love was fragile in a world that punished weakness. Religion shaped childhood through terror. Children were taught that suffering pleased God. Pain was deserved. Death was purification. Fear of damnation haunted even the young. Nightmares were filled with hellfire, demons, and judgment. Orphans filled the streets. War, plague, and famine erased parents without warning. Orphaned children begged, stole, or starved. Many were sold into servitude. Others vanished into brothels, workshops, or graves without names. Violence surrounded them. Public executions were lessons. Bodies were displayed as warnings. Death was not hidden from children. It was shown openly, repeatedly, until it lost meaning. Fear became normal. Girls faced a different terror. Puberty meant marriage, often forced. Many were married as children to older men, their bodies unready, their minds ignored. Pregnancy followed quickly, bringing pain, injury, and death. Childhood ended not with growth, but with suffering. There was no concept of protection. No laws shielded children from labor, abuse, or neglect. Survival depended on strength, obedience, and luck. Compassion was rare. Mercy was fleeting. Those who reached adulthood carried the weight of everything they endured. Trauma hardened them. Joy was fragile. Loss was constant. They did not remember childhood as a time of happiness, but as something survived. In the Middle Ages, childhood was not sacred. It was expendable. Children were not protected because the world itself had nothing to give. Life demanded sacrifice, and the youngest paid first. For many, dying young was not tragedy. It was common. It was expected. It was sometimes merciful. If this is the kind of history you want to hear, subscribe to Medieval Decay. Do you think you would have survived childhood in the Middle Ages, or would it have broken you? Tell us in the comments.